person. Yeah, we would like to begin. We have 50 people online at the moment.
Yeah, there's only a couple of you here, but we do have 50 online, so we're going to get started. Thank you so much for coming, grade 6 parents. So nice to see your faces. Such a change, but we're just loving it so far. Those of you at home, thank you so much for tuning in. We're really excited to share all of the options for our Week Without Walls. It's part of what makes middle school. It's something that your kids are going to remember well until they're in their 20s and 30s and 40s. So thank you.
Yeah, I think also important, obviously grade 6 is the first year in middle school, so they don't have international options as yet, but we do have a whole bunch of local options for them. Overnight trips as well as day trips, on campus, even school stay. Right. So we'll go through a couple of them, well, in fact all of them. So we have Young Learners, that is hosted by Abhishek and Luscious Scopes. He'll talk on that towards the end. Absolute Adventures, Aventura Park, Divers Down, which is obviously some scuba diving, Challenging Adventures. Again, Aventura Parks, that's just sort of day trips. Alboom Diving, which is local diving. Stay Fit, Space and Rocketry, and Top Chef and Studio. So again, obviously those options are open to all grade 6s. Only the one that is Challenging Adventures is only open to grade 6s.
Mahesh?
Yeah.
Can they see at home?
Yeah.
They're saying that they can't on the WhatsApp group.
Yeah.
Oh, now they say it's working.
Okay. No, please, thank you. Okay, so we're looking at our overnight stays first. Again, you can go past that one because Abhishek will talk on that. Absolute Adventures offers 2 camping options, so they are for the week. It's important to know that we are not staying in hotels for these 2 options, and a lot of our learners, when we introduced them, had big eyes. For this one here, the plantation camp, I've stayed at personally, and it is an amazing opportunity, but kids are staying with their friends in bunk beds, and they're sharing boys and girls ablution blocks and that, which is first for some children. Lots of exciting activities to do, from mountain biking to paddling, beach cleanups, also some survival skills. So many options.
Something that I've mentioned is that please go over the itineraries very carefully with your kids. So for example, on this one, you're going to see dip-a-dow cruises and scuba diving. If you're not a big fan of water, this is not the option for you. Also, the pictures give quite a bit away. It's going to be quite physically active. The kids are going to be staying in kind of camping or bunking situations. So there's a few hints there that they can get an idea of what that trip will be like.
A lot of these trips are planned to take kids out of their comfort zones. We want them to experience things that they haven't before, and obviously bring the fun element to it. The Dubai Desert Camp is exactly that. They're camping in the desert. They are exploring the terrain, the ecosystems. They are being educated on the animals that live around it. They are doing some dune, 4x4ing, camel riding. Again, and the food that they'll be eating is local cuisine. But again, they'll be roughing it a little bit.
Challenging Adventures is kind of a nice option for grade 6s because it's a bit of a combination. There's only 2 nights away, and then 2 days will also be on campus. So if they want to kind of ease into that time away from family, this is a nice one. So for this one, they're going to be doing a lot of outdoor activity, a lot of water activity, as you can see there, and then they will be joining school stay for 2 days at the end of the week. In RAC, Ras Al Khaimah. There's more information on the website. If you click, there's an itinerary
so,
there.
Yeah, there'll be an itinerary on for the full plan for all of these trips. So this is just a slight overview. But again, we'll answer any of those questions at the end. Aventura Park, a lot of you will know about already. They offer day trips, which we do offer for part of the week like course for learners that stay behind. But they do have overnight trips, and they are also pretty jam-packed and filled with loads of fun activities, from zip lining to hiking to there are a couple of water wave type activities. There is an itinerary on here that you will be able to look at on the website as well.
So divers down is one of our diving options. This is the away option that they would go to Fujairah, and at the end of it they would be PADI certified.
So they'll be our open water certification. It really is, I went in this last year, they definitely treat you very well. You'll start in the pool for the first 2 days, and then you'll start going into the ocean, and by the end of it you're doing up to about a 12-meter dive, and again you're certified by the end of it. Yeah, and a great experience. Al-Boom is the local diving option, so it's again another PADI qualified or certified course that is run in Dubai. This one also, they'll give you different venues to go practice in different pools. So for this one, you will probably drop your child at school, and then we'll get on the bus and we'll go to the relevant pools. At the end of this one, their dive is in the Dubai Mall aquarium. So they have an option to do that as well.
So on top of that, we've got our local options. So these are like the day trips where they come to school every morning, get on the bus, go to the activity, and then come home or come back to school. The first one is Top Chef. So for our budding chefs out there, anyone that likes to start cooking, this one was very popular last year. You get to go to the Top Chef studio and learn a different cuisine every day. So hopefully they'll be coming home and cooking for you. But they also get lunch every day because they get to eat what they make.
The studio is a design technology-based workshop for any of your children that are hands-on and they like to get dirty and they like to build things and construct things and take things apart. This is definitely a workshop that they should look to get into. But again, it's off campus, so you'll come to school and a bus will take you to the relevant studio.
Stay Fit is one that we've done for many, many years in DAA. It's a combination of multiple different day trips and activities. Sometimes it's more than one activity in a day, just depending on what it is. Some of the ones that we've done in the past have been Yoga at the View, Top Golf, Surf Camp, Aventura Parks, and Ski Dubai.
The Space and Rocketry one is an exciting prospect for anyone that's interested in space, the moon, rockets. They have space simulations, they teach kids how to build rockets, how to launch rockets. They are educated and taught by NASA qualified educators. And again, if you feel that your child has a passion for space, this is definitely one that I would recommend.
Sustainability Camp was again a popular one last year. There are 5 different day trips that they take around the Emirates. They involve going to Masdar City in Abu Dhabi, the Eastern Mangroves or the Ajman Mangroves, the Gracier Farms where they learn about hydroponics, Aventura Parks, and it ends with a soil museum where they get to do some soil and seed planting. Sustainability is one of those topics that is kind of a buzzword and we're always talking about it. And it was, as I said, quite a popular one last year.
The Marakai Art Studio offer a art-based workshop, and they do different kinds of arts, from resin to tie-dye. Obviously painting will be one. Again, another popular one from last year, and a couple of the teachers that attended it really enjoyed it and wanted us to include it this year.
The Courtyard Playhouse for all of our budding actors and actresses. It takes place at the Courtyard, right next to Alcoos, or sorry, in Alcoos. It will be drama and theater and improv workshops, and I believe they kind of create a one-day play at the end of it as well. So depending on how many people sign up is kind of the package we'll go for, but it's going to be between those two that are there.
The Golf Photo Plus is another one that was very popular last year, and they are teaching kids how to use photography in different ways. So obviously normal cameras are being used, digital cameras, but also phones. Your iPhones at the moment can do amazing things, and this workshop creates the opportunity for kids to learn to get those shots. We're not encouraging sort of your selfies and that, but that is something that can be used as well.
And of course, we do have we've got a few more on-campus options as well. So the first one is, well, there's two actually by the STEMA group. They were both really great options last year for those students that are into the coding and robotics class or mixed media classes. So there's robotics and entrepreneurship. So they get to design a robot and think about a sales plan along with that over the course of the week. So that is option one. And option two is a drones and VR course. So during that one, they are looking at different programs that are built to enhance their realities, and they get to use all of these different machines to try out the different technology.
And obviously we have a huge AI center downstairs that they obviously make use of during that week, and yeah, it's definitely promoting AI for the future. Dance Infinity is one that is done here on the stage. They are taught different dance styles. They are having loads of fun doing it. It is a jam-packed session for the week. And again, for anyone that has an interest in different styles of dance, this is one that definitely is worth doing.
Another one that we offer is School Stay. So it is a 5-day program where students will be working on a multitude of different skills: presenting skills, computer coding, physical activities, team building, research and development, journaling, and some different types of presentation. So that one is a 200 dirham option, and it is available to just about every student if they choose it.
Why is there E without school? What's the big for?
Because it was because we get them the t-shirt and we provide lunch one day.
And then the last one is elementary school volunteers. If your child wishes to sort of participate in this, they will be following one of the elementary teachers around, helping them out, just getting involved in all the different aspects of the elementary. Our grade 6 group was actually quite excited when we put this slide up. They were all ready to go back to see their elementary teachers. So obviously they did a good job there. But again, it's an option for any child. If your child wishes to do that, they will be able to get that. Yeah, so I'll open it. So I'm going to invite Abhishek from Lush to just talk on the first one. He actually sent the presentation.
Hi everybody, good evening. How are you holding up? Good? All okay? Those are some great options, man. We're really excited to be here again. You know, we've had a 2-year hiatus, so to say, after COVID, but we've been working with DAA for almost 5 years now. We've been doing trips for predominantly high school in the past, but I'd like to thank Ivan and the management over here to give us the opportunity to do something for middle school and young learners as well. So, you know, what I'm going to be presenting today is one of the trips that we are planning to do within UAE for grade 6ers. And what we have planned over here is a very immersive experience and a program which is going to encompass not only fun and entertainment, but also some physical activities while they're outside in the outback, and also give them an opportunity to bond and to create lifelong memories. So this is a 4-night, 5-day program, which is basically split between 2 destinations. We're going to take them to Hatta and Fujairah. So we're going to start with Fujairah first. What we envisage to do, on this program or on this getaway is basically create a holistic approach for team building activities for the kids. So every day there's going to be at least 2 or 3 different team building activities that we're going to be harnessing while your kid is actually at that location. So rather than just making them go and be at the location and probably do stuff over there at the hotel, we thought might as well take this 1 notch higher, 1 step higher, and make them engage in activities that are going to, help them in bonding and in creating quite a holistic approach. So the first day, we're going to do a couple of games in-house. There is iBuild, there is a simulation that we have also, in fact, devised using the Squid Games, but it's obviously not going to be as gruesome as Squid Games. But so the concept is such that the games are very immersive, and they build on elements such as self-belief, motivation, confidence, so on and so forth, and obviously team building and teamwork. So we're going to spend the first day in Fujairah, and obviously then to balance it out along with the team building, we've given them some opportunity to do some water sport activities in Fujairah as well. So the next day is going to be a team building exercise at the beachfront, followed by some time, with some time that they're going to get to indulge in some water sports. There is a plethora of water sports that they can actually partake in, and the list is actually there. It's going to basically be a very consolidated list on the itineraries that we've already shared with you guys.
I have a question.
Yes, please.
Jet ski? Give you jet ski?
Yeah, so it's basically depending on what is the skill level. So those activities that we're going to be doing on water sports or for kids is going to be optional depending on what's their skill level. If they've not done jet ski before, then they will not be allowed to do jet ski before on the trip, right? So there is motorized and non-motorized water sport activities depending on the skill and the ability of the kids. That is something that we'll have to discuss with the school and then come up with a...
Those are details that we would figure out before we let them go.
Yeah. So safety and security is obviously our utmost concern, but yeah, there's something that we're going to discuss with the school and then roll it out. Then after the first 2 days, we take them to Hatta, and Hatta we make them stay at the Hatta Fort Hotel. Again, the first day when they arrive at Hatta, we do a couple of simulation games and a couple of team building activities, followed by 1 full day that's going to be spending in the outback for some trekking adventure while they're in Hatta, and then followed by a trip to the Wadi Hub. So obviously Wadi Hub is now being fostered by Dubai Tourism, and it is one of the to-go places in the outback. It has, again, a range of activities to offer for kids of all ages. So what we do is, depending on the number of kids that we get, we're going to be making a scheduled plan within Wadi Hub and pre-assigning activities for the kids to go and spend a full day over there. And then on the last day they come back. So, in a nutshell, it's a very, very immersive program, and I'm sure the kids will enjoy.
Thank you so much, Abhishek. That concludes the local options for the grade 6s. So I will, again, so the website has gone live. I'm not sure if all of you have seen it. If not, we have a tab there that has frequently asked questions. If there's a question that hasn't been answered on the frequently asked questions, there are two email addresses, mine and Ms. Moffat-Baxter's, so to add questions. But if anybody on here right now has any questions that we can answer, I'm happy to do so.
I'd like to know about the what's going on with the fees for the overnight.
So the ratio of adults to students on the overnights is 10 to 1 from teachers, and then there's always a local person there as well. Yes?
You mentioned that they don't have to choose the activities or the options, and that they might not get the first one. But they have the problem, like, because they are again on the same activity that they want to go to. What if you choose because it's in the same group, the same activity, what would you do?
So the question is, you must choose 3 options, and the students are all talking to each other and they all want to choose the same option. What are we going to do if there's 300 kids that want to do the same thing? So first of all, it never ends up that way. Every year we have this question and it's never had that way before. Usually we do have a few students that end up having to go on their second option. Extremely rarely do we have students that have to go onto their third option because, as you've seen, there are so many options. So if that does happen, there are certain trips, especially the overnight ones, that can accommodate quite a few students, like up to 1/3 of our grade 6 population. So really we won't have very many issues at all when it comes down to it.
But also, a lot of the service providers, like Lush Escapes, have said if the groups are really large, they will provide options for 2 groups to go. So if the cohort is large and all the friends want to be in that, and there's large amounts, they can cater for 2 groups.
So if we're talking about local options, for example, or one like Top Chef, like all these, you mentioned that this group, they want to be together.
So for some of the local options, there aren't as many spots. So for Top Chef, for example, there are only 20. And it's going to be first come, first serve onto the form.
Is it first come, first serve, or that clear that?
No, so it's first come, first serve for the sign-up
When
form.
is it open?
The sign-up form opens tomorrow night at 7 p.m.
It's for international family.
Everything.
For everything.
You guys don't give us time to think about it? And to discuss the kid? I
Yeah,
have 3
you've got a
kids,
day.
grade 6, 7, and 8. And they all have
It's going to be quick.
communicate with their friends.
Our turnaround times are pretty quick because we need to get deposits in so that we can guarantee these trips. Otherwise, other schools come in and book them.
When do you put the deposit?
So the timelines are on the website. So tomorrow evening it goes live. By Sunday evening at 12 p.m. Or a.m. I think that we are looking to have to close the sign-ups and then to generate those lists. And by Wednesday you will know what trip it is, and we will send you the documentation for the deposits. And then by that Sunday we'd like the deposits in.
By Sunday the deposit. So once we do the, get the confirmation, then we deposit.
Yes, because I'll send you a specific link for the payment portal, because there'll be different portals for all the trips. For signing up, we will send out the link.
There's an email coming.
But you've scheduled for to go out tonight. No. It's coming. It's coming definitely.
What sign when you're preparing, what sign is what you will be sending us?
Correct. It'll be the same. It'll be the same link on there. So it's up to you which one you want to use. I might need to make a payment for you for 3, because I've said there only 1 per person. You like in chat for 3. So I think I've only said for 1 sign up per email address, but if you've got 3 children, I need to adjust that. Right.
No, we'll fix it.
I'll sort that out.
Other questions?
Yes. So they won't go on the same trips. They won't. So grade 7s and 8s might go on the same trips, but 6s will be separate. Even though they'll share the same service providers, the trips will be
For
separate.
the overnights.
Correct.
Okay, so they have, for the night trips, you could have a grade 6 group and a grade 7 group.
Correct.
On grade 7.
Correct.
There's, yeah, 1 week, so 27th to the 3rd.
Third, yes.
Yeah.
And sorry, for the night trips specifically, you said all the details will be available on the website in terms of where they're sleeping, the
Correct.
hours,
Correct.
how many night instructors per day.
Yeah, so and if I can answer any of those because I've been on those courses. So there have been, last year there were 3 diving instructors and we had a small group, we only had a cohort of 10. So in terms of numbers and that, it's very well run.
That pricing is outdated, just so you know. The one that on our site is correct, but it's got a lot more information here. Again, the must be 12 years old is not correct either, but if you've got any questions, please do let us know. This is the information. So 4 nights, 5 days, they've got all food included, transfers to and from, the dive equipment, they get their license at the end, and they get activities in their downtime.
And the hotel that they're staying is very good. Not that it's good. I don't know what it's called. No, so that's outdated, this website. So, yeah. In total they have 6 dives that they do to become certified. On top of that, they don't have. I think you go down to about 12 meters is their final dive. Yeah. No, there are probably about 3 or 4 that are in the pool, but those aren't dives. I'm talking about dives in the ocean. So the pool, those are not included in the. So you'll probably do 2 a day for the last 3 days. You'll do 2 dives to reach the different depths. So you'll start with 3 or 4 meters, 5 meters, and you'll build up to 12 meters. I think 6. Yeah.
So something I do suggest everyone does is go to the website and take a look at the FAQ page. A ton of questions. These are actual questions that parents asked last year, and I just pulled it from our spreadsheet and put them here so that probably most of the questions that you've got, if not all, are going to be on here. This is for everyone. 6, 7, and 8.
So the website, you'll get the link on an email this evening. Which trip? Deba. The Deba plantation camp. So that one is again 4 5 day trip, and they are in the plantation camp, which is they are. I think they can cater for 120 learners. I don't think that we have personally sent that many as a school, but what they do is they'll divide them into obviously smaller groups and they'll go around doing the different things, whether it's mountain biking or trekking or rock climbing and whatnot. So they'll have a full week of rotations with the different activities, including snorkeling. But again, there is snorkeling there as well. That is one of the options. No scuba diving, because they wouldn't have been certified. Yeah. Any other questions? Yes.
For the local options, when you say it's fully things, it means like school days?
Yeah, so anything here is from sort of 7:45 to 2:45. That's if you stay here. If your child's been dropped off in the morning and we're going out on buses, they'll be back at about the same time, yes.
There'll be more information on the individual ones once they've been allocated to a trip and they're meeting with their trip leaders, so they'll make sure that they're completely prepped and ready regardless of what their trip is.
So you'll get an up-to-date itinerary with the email that says your child has been put into this one here. These are all the details. The prices that are on here right now are approximate based on numbers that will sign up for it, and then when the providers come back and say, okay, this is the amount, that's the. Yes. Maybe.
But I think you should give us more time to explain. You know, the kids are
Well, so are you saying we should delay the launch of the? Because the submission had you've got 3 days to submit, but in terms of first come first serve, that might be your thing. Okay. No, I understand.
No, we tried to set it in the evening to make it a time where it works for.
Yeah, look, I think.
Like if we set it in the morning, people would say, "Oh, I'm at work. That's unfair. You can't do it in the morning."
No, you see that the real.
I'm not saying about the time. I'm saying
The real issue that we have is that we have timelines. So we've got to obviously get our deposit in at a certain time to get to our providers and all. So we've kind of given that some thought.
Then I'm just saying to like delay it, not 7 o'clock in the morning, but 7 o'clock. Just give us 3 days to think of it and to then to submit. And then from the time the payment will be the same. This is what I'm saying.
Can I make it Friday evening instead of Thursday evening?
I don't think so.
You don't think so? No, there, I veto it.
No, we're going to give people time on the back end to make sure that they have informed decisions with their kids, because some people are going to be putting down, we're talking about, 5,000. On the international trips, we're talking up to 15,000. So these are big decisions that the parents have to talk through with their families. So we want to give as much time as we can to be able to have this whole process. So I think we should.
Okay, no, that's fair. But also, I think also, if they, like I've said, if there are big numbers in specific way, like we'll try and accommodate where we can, and we'll try and make those things happen. But again, first, second, third, they'll definitely get to, and as Ms. Multiplexes said, that the very rarely do they get to their third option. So the first two are definitely going to be there. Yes.
I think that was their wishful thinking.
Yeah,
they do not get to choose who they stay in a room with. We will consider whoever's on the trip and friendship groups and things like that, but they don't get to choose.
Our kids, they're new to school, so they know a couple of things that they know around them, so it will not be okay for them to go to Getaway and then they speak with kids that they know nothing about. They haven't been.
Part of the adventure is that they're signing up for trips and not everybody's going to make it on that trip. This is what Week Without Walls is all about. We're getting out of the classroom, we're out of our comfort zones, we're learning new skills, we're meeting new people, and it's a life skill. It's something that we can't always teach inside the four walls of a classroom.
Yeah, I understand that, but I think, like, when they're new to the school, there's faces that aren't familiar. Older kids that have been here for a longer time, they will know each other even if they're not friends. Our kids, given the amount of kids that are in grade 6, surely they cannot know everything.
Yeah, then they really, really need to have conversations with the parents about if an overnight option is what's right for them, I think.
When you say 3 days return and then 2 days at school, what would be these 2 days at school? Doing activities or studying?
Yeah, part of the school stay. So it'll be some of those skills, yeah. All right, thank you so much for coming. It is going to be an amazing opportunity for our kids. It takes a lot of planning and a lot of help from both sides, so we do appreciate you being here.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Grade 7.
7, yeah.